At least now I have a chance of meeting with all the candidate legal practitioners before they start with class. It is our pleasure, greatest pleasure, to welcome you to our family. As Ndade Mudiba has said, my name is Nomsa Sitosa. I'm the manager for courses and distance education. You might ask yourself today, why are we doing the orientation program? But I think where we are at lockdown level 3, with the COVID restrictions that are hindering us from having contact sessions, it was of importance for us to have this session with you this morning. There are 3 things that I just want to quickly touch on quickly. Number 1 would be, due to the COVID lockdown restrictions, we were forced to think out of our box and see how we can restructure our program to make sure that we protect everyone from COVID. So number 1, what we did is, you will not have any contact sessions until April. So which means February, March, there'll be no contact sessions, but the 10 contact sessions will start in Feb. However, the classes will continue. So this is how the classes will continue. Our PVT compulsory program now, because of COVID, we have 3 components. Number 1 is your contact sessions with an instructor in front of you. That is going to happen from April. Number 2 will be your virtual sessions. That will be a session on MS Teams with an instructor. And the third part is e-leader programs that you're going to do the sessions on your own, at your own time, at your own pace. However, in order for you to qualify for a certificate, you need to have logged in 150 hours. So the 150 hours will be made out of the hours that you'll spend in class, the hours that you'll spend on MS Teams, and the hours that you'll spend on your own on the e-leader platform. So Dodo is going to do the presentation shortly, but what I want to tell you now is, on the e-leader platform, we are able to do an audit and see when you have logged in and how many times you have logged in. So it is very important. I know that Dodo has already sent you the user guide, but if you haven't started, when you don't do the e-leader platform subject, you're not cheating us, but you're robbing yourself. And it is advisable for you, all the material is there, all the presentations are there. It is advisable for every subject for you to log in on the e-leader platform, start doing the work, because what the instructor will do is, we are grateful for technology. The instructor is not going to start with the unknown, but the instructor is going to start from the known. So it is very important to remember that it is a practical vocational training. So the instructor will do more practicals than theory. So the theoretical component is covered on the e-leader platform. The instructors will touch it in class to explain some of the concepts, but you are expected to go online and do all the work. So we are going to take the questions when I'm done. And number 2, your attendance. It is very important to remember that we will not be, when you start with the contact sessions, I might not join all the contact sessions, but at the end of training, there's a register that you're expected to sign every week that you're in class. If you miss any session, I will not be in class, even if you can call me and tell me that, but remember I was there, or the instructor will remember, or Nanoha will remember. We will not take that as attended if you didn't append your signature on the register. It is very important for you to sign the register, number 1. And number 2, at any given time, the instructor or the course director can do a spot check register. If you sign the original register in the morning, and during the course of the day, they do the spot check and you're not there, we take it that you're not in class, we mark it absent. So it is very important to make sure that you mark the register. And on MS Teams sessions, in the beginning of the session, we are going to download the register. At the end of the session, we'll download the register. At any given time during the day, we will download the register. At any time, the instructor can call you. So when I call you and ask you, I'm going to show you an example. There's Kathleen, can you raise your hand electronically? Homolemo, Can you raise your hand? Do you know how to raise your hand? Nadia, can you raise your hand? The people that I'm calling, are they in class? Rihanna R, can you raise your hands to show that you're here? Or should I ask you to switch on your camera? Guys, are they not here? Okay, I see there's a hand that went up. So this is what the instructor can do. At any given time, they can ask you to greet them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in the chat. I'm writing this Siphelele Tongo. I'm writing to Siphelele. When I say hello, it means I'm only talking to her. And if she's paying attention, she will be able to respond. I'm here having difficulties with my. If you can hear me or the instructor at any time when they check your attendance, it is important to write in the chat if you are able to do that. If you're not able to write in the chat, just tell your friend to report that you're there but you have issues. So this, I was just demonstrating to you how we check attendance. So at any time, the instructor can ask you a question, they can ask you to raise your hand because we are not there physically. Because we are not there physically, then that's how we are monitoring attendance. So I'm going to ask you now, those who have raised their hands, can you please lower them? So that when you ask me a question, when your hand is up, we are going to take the hand at the end. When you raise your hand, then you can see that it is a new hand. So homolemo, you can lower your hand, Zita, you can lower your hand, but then that I have seen. Then we are going to take the questions towards the end. So I see that Nanora has joined. Shanae, do you have a question for me, or are you just lifting your hand to confirm that you're here? I'm Tony. I can see your hand, Tembinkosi. Is that to show me that you're paying attention, or do you want to ask me a question? Okay. When we started with the meeting, Nanora, the course director, had challenges, but she has joined the meeting. I'm going to ask Nanoha to switch on her camera. I'm going to ask Dodo to switch on her camera. Molalatladi to switch on your camera. Moses to switch on her camera, so that I'm going to introduce my team to you, candidate attendees, so that you can see them. Where do you sign the register? You don't sign the register. You only sign for the contact sessions when you go to class. So if you have no audio, it is something that, let's stay behind after the meeting. Let me show you how to do your settings. So don't leave. Who's this? I see that. NR, you can stay afterwards so that I can see if I can help you with your audio settings. But I've asked my colleagues, all of you have, by now, if you have joined this meeting, it means you know who's your course coordinator for courses. Then Dademu device your course coordinator. He has switched on his camera. Dodo, is your camera on? Dodo Dubazane is our online coordinator.
Yes, my camera is on.
Okay, boy, I see Grace. It's fine. Then you're going to do the presentation. They'll see now. So today we've invited quality assurance as well. They're here just to make sure that whatever that we are not doing right, if you have any issues or queries, now let me set this clear. Our response time for the Law Society is 24 hours. If you send any email or you call, within 24 hours, you must get a response from the course coordinator or from the online coordinator. If they don't respond to you within 24 hours, then you can escalate that to me as their manager. So I'll make sure that they'll respond and I'll attend to your query. So however, what you need to do when you're on the online and you have queries at night or Friday, you send the query. Saturdays, they don't have access. Weekend, we don't work. So when we say 24 hours, we don't mean Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, because those are not working hours, but during the week. So they'll try to respond to your queries within that time. However, if you have your issues with your instructor or your course directors, anything that has to do with the material, your go-to person is Moses Sikombe. So at the end, we'll give you his details so that you can report such issues to them. So I'm going to hand over back to the course coordinator, and I'm done. So I'll come back at the end to wrap up. Thank you, guys. You'll ask me questions at the end when we are done.
Thank you very much, Nomsa. Nanoha, Advocate Nanoha Malati, she's struggling to open the video, but she said that she'll be available through an audio announcement. Nanoha?
Yes, Mr. Mudiba. Good morning, Ms. Sitosa, and good morning, candidate attorneys. My name is Nanoka Malazi, as I've already been introduced, and I am your course director for courses at LEAD. My main role, really, I will explain that in detail on the 1st of March, I believe. I heard the manager say we are starting in April, but it is my belief that we're starting on the 1st, but that will be confirmed at the later stage by Mr. Mudiba when he circulates the final program. So I will explain most of the things on the 1st when we see each other face to face. What is important today for you to know is that I am sort of a go between UNISA, which sort of borrows as the venue where the activity will take place, and LEAD. So the venues have been booked, the venues have been sanitized. There are rules that we need to follow if we are to proceed with our contact session, and it is important that the documents that Mr. Mudiba will email that are coming from UNISA insofar as the COVID-19 protocol and regulations are concerned, we read them, we understand them. But importantly, I need to request everyone under these special circumstances, we need what we call patience, because without patience and cooperation, we will not succeed. So there is a little bit of procedure when you access UNISA campus on the 1st, and that is what I want to talk about, because after the 1st, then you'll know what's happening. The first day is always a mayhem, and I see Caitlin Tellis, your hand is up. Is it for me, or is it a historic hand, so that I am not confused? Perhaps if it's a historic hand, you can take it down. If it's you want to ask me a question, let me just finish with a brief quickly, and then we can take a few questions. Was it a historic hand, Caitlin? You can just say yes quickly on your mic, or no.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm really having difficulties with my computer, so I'm here.
Everybody is doing so. Thanks to COVID-19, that we must, in fact, get away with the technology. You and me, we are in the same boat. All right, and I have understood, Caitlin. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, my concern is just for the rules for COVID-19. You will see that on the 1st, when you come to UNISA, if it is still the 1st, you will receive a link from Mr. Mudiba, who is your main go-to person. That link, it's a health app that you just need to access. It takes about 2 minutes. You answer those COVID-19 questionnaire. It's about 4 or 5 questions, and then it will populate the results, so to speak. And depending, I think, on the different gadgets that we are using, most of the time it's supposed to be green, unless your answers, of course, are, yes, I'm coughing, yes, and this and that. Then it will be red. That will indicate that you need to self-isolate for that day. Should your app come out with a red color, you need to self-isolate. But it will also tell you, the result will tell you, please self-isolate, given the responses that you have provided. But ladies and gentlemen, it is important, and I understand the importance of completing your PVT training and getting your certificate. But it is equally important to take care of yourself and think of other people. If you know that you have been in contact with a person who has tested for COVID-19, you need to say yes. Sometimes colleagues don't do that. Sometimes, it's just human beings. We want to do things, we want to finish, and then we want to get it over and done. But keep in mind that you are putting other people's lives at risk if you do that. So I want to urge you today, and I will sing this song until from the start to the finishing, until we finish, that please, if you know seriously that you are coughing, you are sneezing, you are doing, your answers to those questions are supposed to be in affirmative. Do answer like that. Let them be in affirmative. Do not say no, and then you get there, and then the entire class is at risk. So that is what I wanted to emphasize, number one. And number two, when you, after you've populated the app, there are security personnel at UNISA who are working for UNISA, not Law Society. So please bear with them if they do not understand. Khumulemo, are you talking to me? I see you're on video. Is it me you want to chat? No? Technology, I love it. No, it's fine. All right. So those security personnel, ladies and gentlemen, again, let me emphasize, they are human beings. Please treat them with courtesy, but importantly, treat them with respect. They will ask you for identification. Do please take it out and identify yourself. So bring your ID card or ID document or driver's license, whichever is convenient for you, but there must be a form of identification. That's number one. Number two, they will request to take your temperature. They use a dengeki. It's a gadget. Some of them is got a camera, some of them it's a normal one. I know by now we are used to these things. Everywhere we go, they do that. So that same protocol at UNISA is there. So bring your forehead, bring your arm, whichever body part they request you to bring outside your window, because you will not be getting out of your vehicle. You'll just park there, and before they open the boom, you will identify yourself. He would have requested, or she would have requested, to see the health app results, and then they take the temperature, and then they open, and you can access UNISA campus, and then you go to exam hall 1. If you don't know where exam hall 1 is, please ask. But those who are familiar with UNISA exam hall 1, it is in the old Theo van Wyk building, which is currently now the Winnie Madikizela Mandela building. It is the graduation building. So those who do not know, just ask where is the graduation building, and then at the second floor, that's where you find exam hall 1 or 2. When you get there, you will find people from the university estate together with the security personnel again. Please work with them. If they ask you again to complete a form, because that is day one. Day one is filled with a little bit of admin, and we need to exercise respect and patience so that we can actually proceed with what we came, at UNISA for. So do also work with them. And then they will be requesting you to wear your mask. Your mask, ladies and gentlemen, must cover the mouth and the nose at all times. Social distancing is required. You need to keep an arm length from colleague. No hugging, no kissing, no nothing, no personal contact at all. So please, let's keep to that. And I'm just going to give you an example with the previous class that, we get used to each other. We get used to the setup. The first time we are a bit anxious, we don't know what to expect, and so on and so on. Then we're going to go to class 2 and class 3. By the time we get to the 4th or the 5th class, we are so comfortable. People don't wear their mask anymore. They just put them around their ears, and then it sits on the chin. And then they eat almost, in close proximities. They don't sanitize anymore. Please do not do that, because last year we received an email at UNISA. There is a task team, it's called the COVID-19 task team, which is a task team that is within the bigger OHS team at UNISA. They take this thing very seriously. So I received an email from the principal himself. You can imagine that, that is very uncomfortable. I'm dealing with candidate attorneys. We are dealing with matured people. So if I receive an email that your students are on the corridors hugging, and there's no social distancing, they are not sanitizing, they are not wearing the mask, then it's a problem. So perhaps let me begin by just engraving and reiterating the importance of following the protocol. Any other thing, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mudiha will highlight it, and some of the things as we go on, we will discuss them, because we can't discuss everything here. Today, the induction meeting, for me, the important part was, do not forget your mask. Bring it and cooperate with the UNISA staff. I think I'm done, unless Mr. Mudiba, I'm forgetting another important talking point, but what was important for me was just the access to the UNISA campus and the behavior when we are there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nanoka, for brief summary of what is expected to the candidates. One thing that I want to actually add is that with regard to the hard copies of material, I've been communicating with our printing department here, and your material might be ready possibly by Wednesday. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to send you the email for you to come and collect it at our office at Law Society. Can I ask Dodo Tubazane to proceed with the presentation? Thank you. Dodo?
Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
My name is Dodo Tubazane. I'm the online course coordinator. I'm coordinating the following modules, which is IPM, FBE, INP, MMD, NC, FC, CL, AC, and courses online. Please make sure that you have all the modules on your tab. But at the moment, you'll be able to see 6 modules. The other 3 remaining outstanding modules will be loaded in due course. At the moment, you will see IMP, FBE, ACL, CL, and NC, and financial consciousness, and courses online. I'll be sharing the screen now, how to log in on eLeader.
Ms. Duazan, we can't hear you. Can you switch on the audio? Dodo? Dodo?
Hello?
Yes. I think you need to repeat. We didn't hear you when you talked, please. Dodo?
Dodo, let me, I think you have challenges with your device. Let me take over from here. I'll help you with the slides.
How?
Dodo,
I can't hear you.
I'll take over from here. Let me help you. Mudiba, can you see my slides? I'm sharing the same slides that Dodo was sharing. Nanora, can you see them? For the sake of progress.
Yes, yes, now I see your slide.
Okay, so what in the, for the sake of time, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play the audio. The slides are there on the eLeader platform. The students can just log in. So from what Dodo has said already, Dodo has sent you the user guide. So if you haven't logged in as yet, so this is how you log in. So when you go on eLeader, the first page, this is what you are going to see. Your user guide, it is your email address that you have used to register, and you put in your password. The generic password that has been created for you is 123456. So when you put that, immediately you go under your profile, then you change your password. The slides were done by the schools, whatever, but this is what you're going to see. Yours will have UNISA. You can see that it has Durban, but yours will have UNISA part-time. So UNISA part-time, what you're going to see, Dodo has said already, there are 6 modules that she has uploaded. You'll have your AC, your FBE, your IPM, and you will have your, she said, CL. That is your customary law. So this is the first page that you'll go to, but then under membership, when you click under membership, you'll see all your whatever that should be there. However, for courses online has all the subjects like your high court, your match court, your constitutional practice, your professional legal ethics, all the subjects, like I said earlier, that you're going to have a contact sessions, all the subjects that you'll have your contact sessions, whether either contact session in class with an instructor or via MS Teams. The subject will be under courses online. So courses online, when you go under resources, when you click under resources, these are all the subjects that you will find. Your criminal code, constitutional practice, civil procedure. Civil procedure includes high court and match court. So there's a folder for that. So under the resources, then you will see then there's a first step. Under first step, the information that is there, it is not compulsory. Under ABC, setting up a foundation, go there, the information there, it's not compulsory, but it is important for you to go through it. So what you will do then, you will click the folder of the subject. Like for an example, if you can check your program, normally we start with professional legal ethics or with constitutional practice. So when you log in, you can go under these folders, you open them. Then under each, you realize that like for an example, let's take under your professional legal ethics, it says there are 3 items. So 3 items, it is your material, it is the presentations, and some of the information that the instructors have uploaded. So the first side, that is a 1, 2, 3, first side is your introduction, learner guide, learning outcomes, legal practice act, LSS admission exam, then your orientation presentation, the very same slide that you're using. For in case if you forget after this, you can go there and just click it and play it at your own time. Then ABCs, that is setting foundation, is your business writing, legal writing, opinion writing, presentations, research methodology, and taking instructions. So what you'll note is that there's resources under folder number 2, ABC Setting Foundation. If you check your program, we don't expect you to do this, but there are some of the law firms that have this information, but some that don't have. If you don't have, that is a bonus that we are giving to you as the Law Society of South Africa. So already I've spoken to you about this. So when you open civil procedure, remember I said under civil procedure you have your criminal court, not criminal, you have your high court and your match court. Then these are everything that is under the folder, so you can open that and check it. So it just shows you where to find what that is under the folder. Then the subject now that are on the screen. Mudiba, am I audible?
So you are 100% audible. Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you. Please As you proceed, Ausnomsa, there are questions that I think you need to tackle with us and when you go along.
Is it okay?
Yeah, on the chat.
Or because I'm doing let me finish the presentation because I've opened the slides. I can't see the chat. Let me finish with the presentation, then I'll answer them.
Okay.
Thanks, Nanora. Then the subjects on the screen now. These are the subjects that you will never have. You will not like aspects of customary law, information and communication technology, forms of business, introduction to practice management. This subject, you will not have an instructor. You will not have a contact or visual sessions. You're expected to work on your own, and this subject have assessments. However, insolvency practice, matrimonial matters and divorce, and personal injury claims, you have this subject online, you will still have contact sessions. So you are expected, either you will have the contact sessions via MS Teams or your actual class, that is contact session. However, you are expected before you can attend any session, go through the material, make sure that you understand the information before you even go to class. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. So do yourself a favor, don't cheat the system. Dodo is able to retrieve the report and send the report to the instructor to say, NOMSA didn't do the online before class. That is going to disadvantage you. We might ask you to excuse us because you're going to delay the class. We'll be asking questions that would have been answered by the material on the e-leader platform. So this is the orientation that we are doing, but on your first page, so you will have this information. This is every chapter will have this information. When you go through it, just give yourself time. When you open every site, just make sure that you read, you understand, you see where you see the assessments. However, with the courses online, there are no assessment as opposed to your PIC, your IPM, your finance, and your FBE. They don't have assessments like that. That is as you go through the slides, these are the assessments. The assessment will have what you need to check there. It is we have the limited time, you have the due date of the assessment. I think Dodo has opened all the assessments until the 25th of June. She can correct me if I'm wrong. So if you're not, we encourage you to finish everything off by the 25th of June. If you're not done with the assessment, don't wait until it is late, because if you wait for it to close, we are not going to open for it, but we are going to charge you 200 to catch up per subject. So if you miss forms of business, for us to reopen the site for you, you pay 200 for forms of business, 200 for financial consciousness, 200 for insolvency. Whatever that you have missed, you will pay. So it is advisable for you to do all the subjects within the prescribed period. And there are some of the subjects, like you notice there with customary law, there is tests and quizzes. So there are some that have assignments and others have tests and quizzes. Just make sure that you familiarize yourself with the site and the whatever that is there. Like I'm not sure, I think it is MMD, but Dodo will correct me. With MMD, there are assessments that need to be submitted, but others you have self-assessments. So for self-assessments, you do them on your own, but the compulsory ones, it is the ones that will be marked. However, it is still important to take the self-assessment. So for any technical e-leader queries, you can send them to e-leader@LSSA, or any other thing. If you are missing any site, for an example, Dodo said by now you should have 6 sites. If only you have 2 sites, then you can email Dodo at dodo@lssaneed.org.za, or her direct line is 012-441-4647. So any questions in that regard can be directed to Dodo. So I'm going to stop sharing now. I'm going to give Dodo a chance to take the questions that were asked in the chat if they're related to e-leader. Dodo, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Nomsa. Any questions related to e-leader?
Okay, Dodo, in the chat, there is one that is saying, I think it's Isabella. She's saying, I'm having the same issue also, not receiving emails. So what they should do is I'm going to put Andres' email in the chat. So whoever that didn't get any confirmation or any contact from us, they can email him. Then for e-leader queries, only e-leader queries can be sent to Dodo. Or if you want us to receive the email, all of us, you can use the courses online, the courses email address. So if you use the courses email address, I'll have access to it as well. Dodo will have access, Molalatladi will have access to it. However, because this will go to many people, in your subject line, always put UNISA part-time so that we can be able to assist you accordingly. Don't just take it as a generic email. Or if you have e-leader issues, if you use the courses online email address, what you do is you write, I don't have access on e-leader. Dodo will attend to it. She will know that it is hers. Ne? So I'll put Dodo's email address on the chat as well. I'm going to put Moses' email address. He is from Quality Assurance. Any mistakes in the material that you might see, that you will be able to communicate with her. With him, sorry, Moses. Nano, is there another question that I've missed? Okay, if those that are saying their logins are saying invalid, it's fine. Send Dodo an email, and the subject line put login, e-leader login details invalid, so she will know how to deal with that.
I think you've addressed all the questions that I've actually seen, but I just wanted to find out if Lebogang Malange was able to connect, because he called me this morning to say he did not receive an email with a link. Mr. Mudiba, are you able to see from your email list whether Lebogang Malange received the...
Lebogang Malange is here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, actually, but he had challenges, but on the list that I've sent to all the students, his email address is there on the communique, but I don't know what happened. But I resended him the link again today in the morning.
All right, awesome.
No, but he has connected, he's here.
Yeah, he called me in the morning that he can't connect. Then I've resent the link so that he can connect again, because he is on the same CRM which I've sent on Friday.
Okay, but I think for e-leader we are done. So the chat will respond to them. There's a question above. Guys, if you have any e-leader queries, don't post them on the chat. We are passing e-leader now. Send Dodo email, she'll address to them. Over to you, Mudiba.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Tosa and Dodo, for the presentation. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Moses Sikombe to come and elaborate more on the learning material. Thank you. Moses?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program, the induction that we have this morning. My name is Moses, as introduced. I'm handling the quality assurance aspects of your training. So my main task is to ensure that the material that you receive is up to date, as well as your instructors, that they are performing according to the standards that are set by LEAD. So in order to assist us in being able to maintain quality and improve constantly on quality, because we know quality is something that is ongoing, we have evaluation forms for each training that is conducted. So when you have a program that is conducted like MCP, then after you finish your magistrate court practice, at the end of that training, there's an evaluation form that each of you need to be able to complete. That evaluation form basically rates the instructor on a number of aspects where he needs to be able to show a level of quality, such as how he made use of the audio-visual equipment, how he was able to maintain what is called class retention, to be able to engage the students in interactions, to help you guys to be able to what you're learning. Those things, you rate them from 1 to 4. 1 means poor and 4 is excellent. But in as far as those ratings are concerned, we plead with you that you ensure that you do it without fear or favor. You ensure that you are providing what is appropriate type of rating. There is no room for rating somebody poorly because perhaps we don't like the way they look or the way they speak. It has to be really something that we've noticed, something they've not done well, then we rate them low. But at the end of that rating, that you indicate in your remarks at the end of the document to say 1 or 2, 3 things are the areas what I feel this instructor needs to improve on. And if you feel you rated and you rate the instructor excellent for everything, you need to explain again, why was that instructor the best? So the aspect that you felt he did well, he was able to encourage you to interact, to be able to summarize everything that you're learning, he built confidence in you. Those are the things that you are able to indicate at the bottom of the page, which is the remarks. So that is very essential. But as lead, we also accept criticism. We may make mistakes. Perhaps in the material, something might be outdated. You need to indicate that. You may not be aware. Maybe your instructor will inform you to say such and such a page or a section in your material must be disregarded because that one has been already updated. Then you take note of that in your evaluation form. You record that information. Say, please lead, may you please update section 4 of the material for perhaps bookkeeping or anything like that. And then we get this information, we'll collect all those forms and make a report out of it, and so that we can make changes. We can be able to also, if it's an instructor, we know whether that instructor, we should use him for another upcoming program for the next semester. So we really depend on your comments. Those are essential things that we want to hear from you. Anything that you think we can improve, general things that you think we can improve, also those comments are welcome. But there might be issues that need urgent attention. Perhaps like we're having right now, you are challenged, you cannot connect to a platform like this. You don't need to wait until the end of the program weeks later and say, I was not able to connect on a certain day. Those are urgent. If a phone call is required to phone someone, that is also acceptable. If it's an email that you need to do. If it's at the venue, you feel you are lost, also that one. If you need somebody that you need to call, you need to have the contacts for those people. If it is too cold, you cannot wait until you write it in a form. On the very day that you experience such a challenge, you're able to inform the respective people to assist you. And that's why it's good to know who are the entire team involved in this entire process that we're doing. And if one issue is not dealt with, who do I escalate the issue to? And if you can have that freeness to talk to those people, I'm so sure that many of the challenges that may come in the way may be dealt with by means of the agency with which you attend to matters. So we really depend on those forms that will be sent to you. Please help us make improvement in our training by being able to do your part in filling out that information. We know that we don't like writing a lot, but it's the only way we can know whether things are okay and they need improvement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Moses. I hope that it's been clearly articulated by the student. We have 2 items which actually missed. 4.2, it talks about the program. The final program will be disseminated to all the students possibly before Wednesday. And 4.3 talks about MS Team sessions. Our programs are presented in two ways. We have contact sessions that is presented at the UNISA building, and then we'll be having the training that is presented via MS Teams, which is a visual training. So all the programs will have the program that has been scheduled that you should diarize and make sure that you attend to those classes. I'll send you, as I've said, I'll send you the final program before end of this week. Thank you. I'll hand over to Mrs. Sitosa.
Thank you, Tete Modiba. We are going to open up now for the questions, unless if you have tabbed all of them, all the questions in the chat, we are okay. But if you have a question, please indicate if it is e-leader, quality assurance, or is for Modiba. So if you want to ask a question so that you can have order, please raise your hand electronically. If you don't have that, we can. Modiba.
Hello?
Oh, I have challenges with network, but it's back now. So questions? Guys, are you fine? Okay. In closing, I just want to thank my colleagues for
Mrs. Nomsa, we can't hear you.
smooth. You can hear me.
You are fine now.
Okay, let me. The earplugs are failing me. Okay. Hello, Nanora, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Mrs. Noms.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Nomsa.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying is there are some that are asking if they will have a session today or tomorrow or this week. So Modiba will send you the program. So from the program, he will clearly inform you if it is MS Teams. If it is MS Teams, he will send you the login details. If it is e-leader, it means you go on your own on the e-leader and study. So however, in closing, what I wish to bring to your attention is, if by any chance you miss any class, you are going to pay 200 for catch-up. However, if you miss a class because you were sick and you have a doctor's note to prove it, like what Moses has said, you must report it immediately. Then what you can do is then you can join the University of Pretoria group, catch up there. Their module 1, I think, is in May, the other one in June. So whatever subjects that you miss, then you will be able to catch it up for free. You will not have to pay, only if you can give us proof that whether you were sick or you had a funeral. But don't miss classes because you went to court, because your principals should know your program. They shouldn't be sending you to court because of that. Don't just stay away for the fun of it. So it is important for you to attend all classes. If you don't get 100% attendance, you don't do all your online programs, your certificate will not be issued. So that is very important. So, but otherwise, I just want to wish you all the best. And thank you for this time that you have set aside so that we can meet with you. Like I said in my opening, that I'm excited that we get to at least meet and talk to you now. Because if it was at the venue, probably on first day I wouldn't come. Modiba was going to come alone. But today, because we are online, the whole team is here. So we wish you everything of the best. Feel free to contact us at any time. My direct line is 012-441-46 if you want to call, or you can just call the reception, they'll put you through to me. So we are here to serve you, number one. Number two, we just want to make this as easy for you as it can be. But remember what Nanoka has said, when they send you the COVID protocols, please make, okay, it is 012, I'll just type it in the chat, 012-441-4616. That's my direct line. If I'm not available, just leave a voice message. Then when I get back, I'll get back to you. So we wish you everything of the best, and we are here at your service. So any mistakes that we are doing, like Moses has said, don't be scared to address them with us, but please be mindful of your tone. I've received horrific emails, I've received horrific calls from the candidates that were not happy with some things. If you're not happy, we are not condoning that your things should not be attended to, but please be human when you talk to us. So some of you, when you look at my face, you might not see that I have an old hair, a gray hair, but I'm old enough to be your mother. So when you talk to me on the phone, don't scream, don't shout, don't swear. I can hear you, and I'll try by all means to assist you. Same with my colleagues, we will assist you. We wish you everything of the best. And for now, it's goodbye. Nanora, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Sis
Thank you, guys.
Perhaps let me add on what.
Bye for now.
Yeah.
Oh, not for now. Bye-bye.
Okay, let me just add on what Ms. Sitosa has said about missing the class and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be dealing with me every day. So you will see me and you will contact me on my WhatsApp if you have a challenge and so on. And of course, with Mr. Mudiba, we will try and steer the ship in the right direction until the end. That is our MO. But on the other side, know that in as much as you might miss the class, instructors are human beings like you. They might actually go through what you're going through. So in other words, on the program, it might be scheduled to be on Wednesday the 4th. I'm giving you an example. And the instructor falls sick. Please do not throw tantrums and kill people. We strive to try our best to keep, the dates as they are on the program, but from time to time they do change because of unforeseen circumstances, emergencies, and so on. So please bear with us, and importantly, bear with our instructors, because without our instructors, then this knowledge cannot necessarily come to the class. So please, if for some reasons we send you an email, please know that the class will not be on this particular day. It will be on that particular day. Let me apologize in advance for that, because we've been doing this now for over, I don't know how many years, and it is my experience that it happens. People do get sick, classes do get postponed, venues do get changed, for one or more reasons. So bear with us. But welcome to the courses, and I will see you on the first. Mr. Mudiba can put my cell phone just on the chat somewhere, so that if you are missing something, the direction, you are running late, you don't know the venue, do drop me a WhatsApp or call me, and then I will respond. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Nanoka. I think now the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. Thanks.